What's going on, Firebenders? FirePhoenixKing here today, and FireFlowerPower is back, and we are joined by Obi and Groose today.
Nice to be here.
Hey, what's going on?
And today, as the title of the podcast is, we're actually going to be talking about we're a little late, but better late than never. We're going to talk about Xenoblade 3, and of course, disclaimer: this is a spoiler podcast. So obviously, if you haven't beat the game and if you want to avoid spoilers, this is your chance to click away. You already beat the game, maybe even in hard mode, maybe did a couple other things. Stick around and we'll give you our thoughts about Xenoblade 3. But I do want to start off by saying that I thought the game was actually good on its own. Um, the, because I have like a lot of things that are jumbling in my mind as soon as I said Xenoblade 3. But I do want to ask, I guess, before I go into my ramblings, did you guys enjoy the game? Is it what you guys were looking for?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part.
I kind of like I was kind of surprised by what the story ended up being, which I think made me appreciate it more. Um, so yeah, I
Really?
would say I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Because for me, it was more like I think one of the biggest gripes that I had and I've had behind the scenes was, I needed connectivity. I needed connectivity. I needed connectivity. And I guess, going into this game where, yes, they do essentially show us, a glimpse of, Shulk and possibly Rex, which, he now has three baby mamas, or as it is assumed,
Hey, my boy!
as it is
Let's go!
assumed. But
That's the
you know,
dumbest thing I've ever seen. I love
Assumed,
it.
it's confirmed. Like, why would you take a picture like in front of three women and they're holding
and
like they're all in between your arms
Yeah, he's got
and
his
they all
arms on
have
it. You
babies?
know,
I like
you
how
know.
that's the first thing we're gonna jump into, which is like the babies, the picture,
This is
because
the most important thing from the entire game is the fact that Rex had sex. He did it, not just with Fyra, but with Mithra and Nia as well. All right, you know what? I was a Rex hater. I have to go back on that a little bit. All right, Rex is actually a Chad. Good job, Rex. You did it.
You did that. The Xenoblade 2 was worth it. So,
Yes.
it's crazy because yeah, like I definitely liked Rex as a character, and then the whole him telling Nia I love you all, that literally takes that into a whole new meaning.
Woo!
And that dude literally meant it, which is there. But I don't know, like in terms of like connectivity, I kind of felt like Xenoblade 3 would have been the DLC. And I think this might be like start a debate, but so my thing is, in terms of again the connectivity with 1 and 2, there's not really any other than that this takes place during a time where, time is frozen due to the negativity of, that took a form, which is Zed. And it kind of feels like we should have gotten the story of of what Rex and Shulk did to get to this point. The story of how they made that sphere, which what was it called? The sphere where they put all the data
Origin.
in. Yeah, Origin. I feel like that should have been Xenoblade 3, where we should have been playing the story of Origin and all that time. And then the DLC should have been this game where it focuses on 6 new characters and unfreezing it. Essentially, that's really what's going on, which we don't know we're unfreezing time. We're just playing these characters and then we find out that there's origin. But that's my thing. All Xenoblade 3 on its own, if we are selling it like Noah and the 5 other people, it is a good game. It is a good game and it is a good story. But I just couldn't attach myself to the characters because I didn't see a reason why. I didn't see a reason why. So there were a lot of times where I would live stream, Obi would watch me and he'd be like, no reaction. I'm like, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. But there were definitely a lot of good scenes, and some of the songs. When my first initial thought, like the one where they playing in the jail scene, I thought that one was okay, but then I kept replaying it on YouTube, and I was like, okay, this is actually really good. So I enjoyed that. So
It was like the jail scene. It was like so serious. and you're like joking around. Oh, why should I feel for this guy? Like, dude, my dude, just watch the scene.
Yeah, it's about to get really, really sad.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing that like it was going to, but then the minute they kill Nia, that's
Neo.
also
Neo.
Mio. That's also like the next minute they bring her back by using the switcheroo.
And they
But
wait a little bit. They make you play a little bit into chapter 6 before you actually figure that out.
is that the one where you have to walk through the Kingdom Hearts ocean?
Yeah, the end of KH3.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I thought. I was like, what the
Yep.
heck? These guys are literally taking pages of Kingdom Hearts.
It was done better than KH3. I won't say that much.
but regardless, like I said, Xenoblade 3, I do recommend it still. I think the gameplay is great. I hate the level cap. I hate that I'm level 10 and that shrimp is level 2 and I can't kill it in one hit. I need a whole party to take it down.
Yeah, that's the game.
Yeah, that's my thing with the whole capping thing. But
Well, it was designed for you to have like 6 characters out on the field at once, so of course they had to,
great.
They had to make things stronger because of that.
6 character at once was awesome. I think that was a great because it was great balance. Because like you said, yeah, that's true. They're not gonna have you one shot at every little thing out there, and so it was well balanced. And I did play in hard mode, but I gotta say, I think I was telling Obi this in one of my live streams. The only reason I play games in hard mode is because Kingdom Hearts made me play them like that, because in Kingdom Hearts, when you beat a game in hard mode or in the hardest difficulty, such as critical mode, you get a post credit scene. You don't have to collect XYZ to unlock the post credit scene. You get it by just simply beating the game. So obviously in my head, like I got that, and if I'm gonna play the game once, seriously trying to find out the story, well, I might as well play it in the hardest difficulty. But Xenoblade Chronicles 3 does not give you anything
None of them do that.
after that.
I
So
mean, the only reason I picked hard is just because I wanted a little bit more challenge, and because I knew like picking hard's not really gonna be like a huge difference if you just really like explore and level up. Because even on hard mode, I didn't really struggle a whole lot because I was always over leveled.
yeah,
that's like every hard mode in a JRPG. Normally, it's like fights will be a little bit harder. They might take a little bit longer, but you're not, unless you're like really under leveled, then you're not going to struggle as much.
Yeah, and I just the whole what's that one character that got under my skin so much? Oh, the bitch queen. Oh my god, I
Gondor?
couldn't stand her. I couldn't
She is my
stand
favorite. I love her.
I couldn't stand her at first, but then
stand her.
she grew on me.
No, she didn't grow on me. Fuck.
We got all this. Phoenix hated her.
Oh
yeah,
my.
I can't stand
Shania
her.
was way worse. No, that's kind of. I do think it's funny that Gondor basically stole the spotlight in Senna's Ascension quest.
Yeah.
It just was completely about Shania and her, and Senna was just in the background, like, "Huh, okay." But no, I'm glad we have all these perspectives, because Phoenix, you hated Gondor. Obi, you didn't like her at first, but now you like her. For me, it was love at first sight. I was like, this is a fireball. I love her. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
Anytime she was on screen, I was just happy.
Yeah, for me it was just more like, man, the whole bitch queen thing. I don't know. It's just like, okay, that's a little excessive. Like, calm down.
Yeah, she's got a lot of baggage. Obviously.
Yeah, y'all didn't do this, but it's a spoiler podcast, so screw it.
Yeah.
But post game, if you go to Agnes Castle with Nia in your party, you get like backstory for them, and you find out that they're actually related to the Guernica that was in Xenoblade 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but that one I did put even in my stream when I first saw that guy with the eye patch. What was his name? Guernica, right? No, Vandam. Yeah. I thought that was Guernica. I thought that was Guernica from Xenoblade 2. He looked the same, and he had the same voice actor.
It was my bad. I don't think the one in Xenoblade 2 is Guernica. It's just Vandom. I mixed the
Vandom.
names up.
Yeah, he's Vandom. Yeah, but
So
like
yeah,
that was something that was kind of obvious to me, is that they're basically his
yeah,
descendants.
his descendants or shit like that, they for his kids and stuff. But
Mhm.
I did like that connectivity. So that's why I'm saying like it's not all that like as bad as my mind made it out to be whenever I played the game. Because yeah, like sitting down and like connecting the dots such as that. Like that's true. Like they put it right from the get go, but still, those are just characters. We didn't really get much more than hey, this is Shulk's statue, and he did this,
I mean, it's
Yeah.
and
kind of screwed up with those characters because when they restarted time, those characters that were from the city, they were like born within the frozen time. They weren't part of Origin, or at least they weren't asleep there. So that means like whenever they restarted time, they just disappeared.
oh god, so that we're not gonna see any more of them.
I
We
mean,
shouldn't.
I don't know. I think we are, but I think maybe they said they'll be like reborn because
Oh
they
yeah,
never really had like a past life outside of Origin.
Pretty much, yeah.
very
Um,
very
which like
interesting.
I love, like that was one of the things I did like, is like, yeah, Xenoblade 1 gets a happy ending, Xenoblade 2 gets a happy ending as well, and like I kind of appreciated this ending for being like, in a way it's happy because things are going back to normal, but at the same time, like, these characters love each other and
Yeah,
they're literally being drawn away from them. Like it was like, it was really beautiful. It honestly started to make me tear up a bit at the end. The ending cutscene was fantastic.
I was mad
when
at
maybe
it.
I looked at the Bonado.
I, oh god, yeah.
You were
I
mad at it?
I was mad at it because it didn't make sense with the message at the time, which is basically they were echoing, things happen, but you have to let go. You can't be a Zed, essentially, which is like you can't hold on to the fear of not knowing what's gonna happen. And so that sort of kind of like overstepped on their own message when they started running towards each other. But again, the double-edged sword here is that, like you said, they grew together. They fought together, so they kind of grew this love for each other that sort of basically became like family. Well, not family. I don't want to say that because they definitely did love each other. So there's
I,
that. But that was at the time of I was streaming. Like that was honestly my raw emotion. But I think I was telling Obi, or I think I was telling you guys in the chat once, that I actually rewatched it again on YouTube, and it did almost make me cry because I was watching it again, and I guess when I'm watching it again, I'm not really playing, so I'm not really overthinking about like what I just witnessed, what I just XYZ, and I'm watching as like I guess I should be as I first play it, but that's me. I usually play a game, I overthink it, but then I'll watch it again, and I'm like, oh, I'll start watching it as it should be. So yeah, it was actually really sad, and then seeing that, like you guys said, where these guys loved each other and then now they have to be apart, and it does suck, because you never know what's going to happen in the future, and even though
That
you're
post credits though. I mean, whenever you heard Noah was
oh
when they were
yes,
kids again, and you heard the
the
off-seers
flute,
flute.
yeah.
which
No,
which
go ahead.
no, well, what I was going to say was, which is weird though, because wasn't that young Noah?
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
maybe that was Melia was talking to Nia through their iPhone or whatever. They were FaceTiming, and baby Mio was playing the flute. Maybe that's where
Oh.
that sound came from.
Mm, yeah. It's really cool. I just see. So Phoenix, like towards the beginning, you kind of said that you would have liked a main game to be like Rex and Shulk and the rest of the crew, like, making Origin and all of
The
that, and then having
closure, yeah.
having this be the DLC. I think the exact opposite. I actually really liked how this game was framed, in that there was like a huge mystery of like what the hell is going on here, and
Yeah,
it gave these characters time to breathe. And I love every single one of these party members. All six of them are fantastic.
yeah, they were
Which
all
which
pretty well written.
I
that
I
does not happen a lot in RPGs. In most RPGs, there's always going to be one or two party members. You're like, okay, like whatever.
I
But but I love all these guys. So I was happy that they had room to breathe and had their own characters and story. And then at the end, we get like what ties it all together, which is what Xenoblade 2 did really well as well, where you let these characters have time to breathe and be their characters, and then we're going to tie it to the first game in the last chapter. I kind of appreciate it for that.
I bet you.
So,
I bet you also thought Skyward Sword was good.
oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
oh,
No, I'm just kidding. Here we go.
Let's talk about that.
No,
All right,
no,
this
no,
is the
and
end of the Xenoblade 3 discussion. Now the Skyward Sword
discussion starts. No, but yeah, yeah, that's actually a really good perspective, and for sure, because I just that's the other thing that I actually enjoyed more on Xenoblade 1 and 2, which is discovering the team members as you go, as opposed to getting them all at once at the beginning. That was one
That's
thing I was kind of like, okay, so I'm never gonna get anybody else. Like only the what were they called? The heroes.
Heroes.
But then
heroes.
the heroes disconnected me from my experience because they're like, call me whenever you need help, but like you have them on your side at all times, and it's like all you gotta do is just switch them on your party menu, and that's it.
So
Like,
you have to make it up in your mind. 'Cause whenever they're not in your party, they're somewhere else.
I can't just filing paperwork or something.
Yeah, and like the first time I figured that out, it was when I was in the city, and I switched my party member to someone that's not Gray, and then I saw Gray walking around, and I'm like, oh crap! I guess Gray's from the city. That makes sense. Because by the time I hadn't done any of the side quest or anything, so I hadn't put 2 and 2 together.
Oh yeah, I see.
Right with the eye patch. Yeah,
that one was actually pretty cool. That hero quest for that guy, which I always want to call him Gray Wolf or something, but it's a reference to that
Gray Fox.
Gray Fox from Metal Gear. But that one was great. A lot of these hero quests were also good too, but
The potato farm.
oh my god, Xeon. He just eats a potato raw. He just goes for it. It's like Jesus.
Like, are you alright? But a lot of
Juniper was like, what?
Yeah.
a lot of it was good. Like I really don't have like really bad things to say because the game, again, like you said, Bruce, where it's like it is its own thing where they did service these characters, and I think that's also what helped distinguish this because we didn't have that focus on Rex or Shulk. We got a piece, but we didn't get a this is the complete focus, and it did allow for these characters to live and breathe, and yeah, I enjoyed these characters. I think that all their personalities were great with each other, but Noah being completely clueless about girls was also pretty cool too, which kind of makes sense. What they're only born like what they're only given 10 years.
Well, all of them were clueless. None of them even knew what love was.
Oh, that's right.
They didn't know love. They didn't know what babies were. You know,
the baby scene was actually really nice. I enjoyed that scene. I thought that was a great touch to explain to them and bring the story
Ion.
back to.
Oh yeah,
yeah, Tyon was great. But back to like this grounded level of like, there's also not just blades or the both sides fighting. It's also about humans are also there. And so it was a great touch. Like I thought that one was a great touch, for sure. I still am Team Uni, of course, for sure, 100%.
she's the best girl.
Best girl
Next to
in the game.
Coco, of course.
Next to whom?
No, Uni is definitely my favorite too.
Yeah.
But really, all of them are fantastic. Like
Yeah.
all of them have their moments and everything. I love the relationships that they form with like their other half, basically. Like obviously Noah and Mio, you get all of that through the stuff that happens with N and M and at the end of chapter 5 and chapter 6, and that's just fantastic. But I really like how nuanced Uni and Tyon's relationship was. And Uni is like so playful about everything, like especially in the final cutscene where she's being like, "Oh, you're like the fourth. You're the fourth
yeah,
in my life or whatever." Dad's like, "What?" So like I love that playfulness and then Lance and Senna, they're just total homies. I love how they immediately are just buddies with each other, and they're like doing push-ups together and stuff. So I really appreciate it. It's cool to have like a full party that you like, but it's also really cool to have a party where like there's relationships forming in between them, and like a lot of RPGs will kind of do the thing where like, okay, you have multiple girls in your party, now pick which one you want to date. Uh, but I am glad, yeah, but I am glad that we have this. They're like they have their set relationships and everything, and they're all really well done. So I love this cast. Like Xenoblade One's cast is still incredible in my mind, but like there's parts of me that likes this cast even more than them.
Yeah, they did a really good job with the voicing. I think it was pretty good.
It was definitely a big improvement from 2, and I like 2, but you
I
can
like
tell
Yeah.
that
to.
some of those lines.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I still I remember I said in our last Xenoblade discussion that we did right before 3 came out, is like the way I felt about 2 is like like I already said, I was kind of a Rex hater. Now it's a little hard because he is an Omega. We know
The
he's an
chain.
Omega Chat, but like yeah, like in Xenoblade 2, like I feel like not every party member had like significant importance. Like Morag and Zeke were kind of just there. And they didn't have like a lot. Like I liked their individual stories, and I liked Zeke and what's it, Pandoria?
What one-eyed monster?
Yeah, he's
Exactly.
a one-eyed monster. I love that joke. But yeah, Xenoblade 2's party as a whole didn't really like mesh with me as well. So I was really, really happy to see them just come out with all these characters, and they're all incredible. And even the heroes, for the most part, too, were really enjoyable. I can't think of any heroes I didn't like, honestly.
I had a
I
favorite
like all
hero.
of them.
Mm-hmm.
I had a favorite, but I don't think y'all can
Moana.
guess.
What
Moana.
Kamaravi because of fire.
Kamarav. Yeah, my boy.
I love Kamaravi.
I don't
He's
like
cool.
that you get it at the end of the game, but you guys did say I think if I start a new game plus, I can actually start with the heroes that I
You can
have.
start with all the classes, not the heroes themselves.
Mm.
Oh, the classes. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
You
So
keep
start
the
with
classes and
all
all
fire
their
classes.
abilities. You can make them
Yeah.
like Fire Nation.
Yeah, you really can if you want. Just make them all be like cover. And
Well,
that's the thing too. Like in terms of just pure gameplay with this game, the fact that they kind of adopted the Final Fantasy job system, where you can choose what class you want each party member to be, is like just so fun. Like it's like it opens up the game to like be so wide to where every single person's playthrough is completely different. And I
Yeah.
love it for that.
I did enjoy that because the freedom of, again, like not having a game having to tell you like you need this character because it's meta. It's more like, yo, like you can, if you like, Uni, you can put on whatever you want on her, and then put on tie on whatever you want as well. And then I love that freedom. I actually did like that. I enjoyed it a lot. The whole, I will say though, the chain attack, I'm a little indifferent. I love the song. Love the song. I just
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
after the superb from 2, I can.
yeah, it's just like Xenoblade One, the chin attack. I think I love that one the most because it's like this. Like you gotta go, you're going, and then if you're actually chaining attacks, you're rewarded by massive damage. And 2 was a little bit more complicated. I didn't understand it to the very last, but it's also fun. But then Xenoblade 3, it's like a
You
whole
gotta do math.
show. It's you gotta
Gotta
do
do math.
math, and
It
it's like
becomes a strategy game.
it stops the world, and it's like, yo, you gotta pick a move, and all their pictures like they look important. You just pick it.
Yippee!
Yeah, yippee! And then there you go, using an attack, trying to add to 150, and then again. So I don't know.
Just 150. I did 200.
Yeah, I would do
Make it
200 if
amazing.
I used the. I loved using the one healer that actually gave me the guy that had that spear, the teacher.
Oh, the
Teach.
Teach, yeah,
Yeah.
teach, because he gives, like, when you use him, he actually gives 10 to everybody else. So that's
Mhm.
how I would get to 200. Because after like my second or third, then I would get to 200. But then I would do the Ouroboros, which would give me the fourth one,
Yeah.
fourth or fifth one. So that was cool. Ouroboros was okay.
I like the concept of combining into like a mech like.
Yes, I like the concept. I couldn't really get into it, and then especially when they were like, "Oh, if you use your chain attack with the Ouroboros, like it's massive damage," and it's like you do it, and it's like again, the boss's life is like you hardly make a dent, And again, it goes back to the whole I'm being
I think I
capped.
think I think that had more to do with the hard mode because they have more HP.
You think so?
So
Because that's the other
I
thing
think so.
that I think I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
I was able to do a lot with chain attacks playing on normal. Like they're like most bosses,
Oh
I would use a
shit.
chain attack on them when they reach around 60%, and I could kill them at that point.
Oh damn.
Um,
Okay. See, maybe I should
yeah.
have played normal because, well, from now on I know. I mean, obviously Xenoblade, unless Xenoblade 4 is like, yo, you need to play beat it in hard to unlock the post credit scene. I think I'm gonna chill in normal for a bit because for me it was really about that. I just, but that's
Personally,
something
I don't
chose.
mind.
I just I
I don't
chose.
mind that because I like the bosses being long. I don't want to just like rush through a boss. So yeah, I'm done. I
Uh-huh.
want to
For
just
me, it's just the power
spend a
hungry.
little
Like
time with it.
place eating food before you kill it.
Yeah,
But
if you want that power trip, then yeah, I would say
yeah.
just play on normal. Like RPGs in general, especially the Xenoblade series, normally allow you to be pretty over leveled. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah, if you want a power trip, then yeah, just play on normal.
well, and the other thing about Noah for me was that he, although yes, it is the story circles around the six, heroes as I want to call them, or the normal people. I don't know if they have an actual name, the fake people.
Ouroboros.
Oh yeah, the Ouroboros, the famous six. I just man, Noah ain't a good leader, and I just
Wait,
feel
what?
like he I although the game,
We're
like I
just
said, because
dropping all
they
the hot takes today.
well, well, they advertise the game, with the six Ouroboros, but then they make Noah seem out to be like the leader, and I don't feel like he was a great leader. Like I didn't feel it. I didn't feel,
He didn't need to be. They were all on the same level.
well,
Mhm.
I mean, don't you? But like, is it just well? Because again, like, although they are saying all six are the thing, you're marketing Noah as the main head. So,
Noah does get the most plot significance,
so,
so
so
I see that.
I
Yeah, he's
can't.
got the origin sword.
And that
Yeah.
too, and it's like I don't know. I can't. And then when
That
there
lucky
came
seven.
moments, well, there
Mhm.
came moments where
Lucky
he
two.
he would have reeled his team in or something. He kind of didn't. And then what also made him kind of look like a leader was that he was also always consulting with Tyon, which is a tactician, which a leader would do because he wants to lead his team through the best, path or whatever. So I did notice that like his scenes were consistent with Tyon, like frequently, and so that's why I did like to me it just came off like, okay, so you're a leader, but like come on, bro, like get your team, let's
Like, what were
do
I
you
this.
expecting him to do? Like, literally at the beginning, he's the one who started the introductions, and they're the ones like him who got Lance who was being like reluctant. He's like,
That's
ugh,
true.
I guess.
That's true. That's true.
I think what might be because of that is because, like I said, he does get the most plot significance, and I think that mostly comes from what happens with N. So, like the fact that like N is so close to Z as well. So I would say that maybe your expectations were set
Yeah,
because of that he was supposed to be like a much bigger character. But I would say that in terms of like overall significance, like Noah and Mio like together are
for
the most
sure.
important characters from the party, but that doesn't mean necessarily that he has to be like a leader. Like it's still at the end of the day that like what's so good about this party is that like there's never really any moment where they're all like split up and like you have to be, oh, what am I going to do without my team? It's like they
Yeah.
all they all work together really really well. And they all actually listen to each other, and there's never any like dumb moment of infighting that some RPGs would do, where it's like, oh yes, now we need to have the moment where the characters are mad at each other, And I get like it's a level of nuance that I actually really respected the game
Yeah.
having.
And we'll put Goose for sure. I definitely agree because yeah, I guess that makes way more sense. And then I well, my other thing is I guess like I think I've said it before. I'm just attracted to like leader players, and so one thing I learned by playing Xenoblade, I guess why part of why my expectations were set. Besides what you mentioned, where Xenoblade 1, we had Shoke, and he grew out of this sort of fake thought process that he had and understood what the actual what world he was living in, and he had to adapt to this thing of there being a god, but he refused to be a god, and of course his famous quote, which I don't want to butcher, but I do want to say it, but I don't remember it exactly. Oh no, it's to dang, I don't.
Today,
Today is the day. No,
Hey,
today
we
is
kill this guy because he sucks.
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. And then of course, he
These are
grew.
just
He definitely opened up that path, but also he grew to accept that, and then of course then you have Rex that even though he's a kid, he's 15 in the story. By the end of the story, he was telling Malos, that forgiving people isn't easy, but it's just something you have to do. Like, and his speech in that moment was so damn good. I still favor Shokes, but I really love those, and I guess I never really got my moment with Noah, other than I think the person that was talking about the whole Z thing, what I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, was that you're not supposed to cling on to these emotions and be scared of the unknown, and wish to freeze time just because you don't want to. I think it was Mio that actually said that, not even Noah. So although yes, I understand that Mio is a big part of it, I just for some reason in my head I keep seeing Noah as the middle person, and even like in your special edition.
Neo's the main character. It's Neo.
It's me. Even in your special edition, Obi, in the middle, right down the middle, right smack down the middle, the main character they put on there was
I
Noah,
mean, yeah,
and so
they got the sword.
and so that's what I mean. I guess I never got my moment, my that, and then besides that, then he throws away the sword in the water, and I'm just kind of like, what the heck is your
the
problem?
Titanic ending.
Yeah, the Titanic ending, but yeah,
I,
I
I think
understand.
that part. I think that part he does that because he knows it's not going to matter because
Yeah,
they're about to split.
Yeah, and so I guess that's
But
for me.
he does have a moment in the final boss where he says his line of basically like I don't care, I want things to continue. So he does have his moment, but
yeah,
I still think the important thing here is in just this game's difference is
Yeah.
that like it's about the party. It's about how close
Mhm.
these six characters are to each other, and the fact that these six characters were all written so good and their relationships feel so real is I think what's impressive about this game. So
Agreed. Agreed.
I think mostly like just what you're looking for is in other games, and this is how this game wants to tell its story.
Yeah, and because like it was telling a story of a group, like you said, and not just necessarily here's Noah in the team. like like yeah, so I definitely understand, and that was definitely a good perspective. While like
speaking
kick
real
Grusow for
quick,
being right. No, I'm just kidding.
speaking real
That's
quick of like the ending or the final scenes and speeches, I did like whenever you're fighting and Nia and Melia are like, "Oh, let's go help him," and Melia's
yeah.
Oh
giving a
yes.
speech it's like for the future connected, and then everyone appears.
Future connected, and then everybody applauds. She said the line.
Yep.
She said it. That was my end game moment that I was actually hyped, and especially when they joined the battle.
Oh
It
yeah.
was just so awesome. It was great. Now imagine that moment, but of course, if we had gotten a little bit more Shulk and Rex, and they would have appeared in like the third phase of that, and then fighting next to you, like shit, that would have been fucking sick.
That No Way Home ending, huh?
Yeah, that no way. Yeah,
Like,
and I
let
think
me show you how to really fight, brother. And so Shulk goes up to Noah and is like, "Here, let me show you how to really fight." And then Rex goes up to Noah and it's like, "Here, let me tell you how to really fuck."
Oh my
He
God.
just says the F word.
He drops it there right there.
Yeah, no. Rex became the best character.
Jesus.
Let me show you how to spark.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my god. No, but yeah, I guess because I think I was telling you guys that the most that I really did. And I don't want to say I set my percent because again, knowing Xenoblade 3, I went in there giving it a fair shot. But I really did in my mind. I was the one that kept saying that there would be a home, no way home type of plot, a story, which obviously did not happen at all. But yeah, that also had a little bit to do with it because really wanted to see some interaction. But again, like Xenoblade 3 is still good.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
would not say it was a bad game just because of my own theory, which
I'm
no, it's
so glad
not
that
like
that happened because I'm just glad that these characters got to be their own characters and
yeah,
have their moment to shine.
yeah.
agreed.
So, but I do see where you're coming from too, Phoenix, because I did have somewhat of the same expectations too, you know, because of like the marketing. We're like, oh, the two worlds are coming together, and I'm like, okay, what's this mean? And at the beginning of the game, you don't really know that it's like a dream world.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you,
yeah. So a lot of that also was coming to play for sure. Um, and I'm looking forward to what the future of the game is, which of course we have the DLC to look forward. So I do want to discuss a little bit on that, which is that what do you guys think? I mean, I honestly think based on Xenoblade 2, I really do think they're gonna make that what is it called, the prequel. And I
like
do
a
think,
Fortnite.
well, yeah, because kind of like Drew said, like if they didn't do my idea, which is that they took what happened to Rex and Shock and how they made Origin, it could be a really good DLC. But I'm also kind of looking forward to setting up the new saga. I kind of want to, all right, if we're not going to talk about Shock or Rex anymore, let's be done with it, and let's
I
have
don't
the
think
DLC connect to 4.
I think whenever they said that like saga, I'm not sure if they meant like they're just going to stop these characters, but like they're not going to really talk about the whole like the plot like
Yeah.
um with the what
Yeah,
was
no,
it called?
that's generally what
Origin.
happens. Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
generally
no.
what happens.
In Xenoblade 2, what Klaus uses,
Klaus,
the conduit.
the conduit.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
that
think they're
yeah.
done with that mega high level plot, but because
Yeah, no, I think they were done with that in two, considering what
yeah,
we saw the other
it
half of
went away.
Klaus. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I think also whenever they said future connected, I'm just thinking about those two words too much, but maybe they mean like future games are gonna connect these characters
yeah, and
or
it
like
could be
worlds
like
together.
not in a massive way, but in a way where
Yeah.
it still goes on. Cause yeah, I definitely don't see them just saying Shulk and Rex like that was it. That was in the last 3 games. Like, nah, like I think they'll still be a part. It's just gonna be something else that's new. And then of course we still have the season pass to where of course, guy, it is available now in the eShop if you buy.
I
I'm
mean,
actually,
the
well, we're
story
getting
is
our
not
first
available
wave,
yet.
right? We're getting our first wave.
Second wave.
Second wave pretty
Next
Mm.
soon.
this yeah, that's actually this month. I think it's on the 23rd they said.
Oh,
Or
there
was
we
it
With
go.
the
the
13th?
with the new hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then of
And
course,
the challenge mode when you
there
can
you
get the
go.
swimsuits.
There you
Right.
go.
And speaking of the swimsuits, I rewatched the direct where they mentioned that, and I noticed the swimsuits have like letters at the end. It said Noah swimsuit A, so it seems like there's going to be
Ooh.
multiple swimsuits per character.
Oh, hell yeah. Although
That's cool.
none of them are as hard to fit as Tyon's. Tyon's swimsuit looks so good. That man knows style.
Uni.
We know why you want to see Uni.
Uni's
Uni.
awesome.
I want to point out too how one of like the first cutscenes in the game is them in like the bathhouse together with each other. I
Oh
felt like
yeah.
that was like a direct like thing of saying like, hey, look, we know that the last game was super horny, so we're not gonna be horny this time, we promise.
Oh yeah, because they went in with the
That's
clothes, right?
yeah, no, it's just everybody's naked in there and they don't care because they're like military, and so
Hmm.
that was the moment for me where I was like, thank God, because yeah, Xenoblade 2 was way too horny at times. So I'm really glad that right off the bat they were like, it's okay, guys, this one we're gonna chill on this one.
We're gonna take a seat
Speaking
back.
of that, I remember I was watching Phoenix's stream of Xenoblade 2, and like at the very beginning of the game, whenever uh Gramps is running away from Malos and they wake up in the forest and Rex is on Pyrus lap and the camera's looking up and like half
Oh,
the screen is her chest.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
I was like,
come on.
what the heck? I'm like, bro, I don't want to stare. You can see me in my
The
web.
face you were making.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
you're
like,
like, do I look away or do
what
I?
the heck do I do here? What the? But
We need the eye tracker.
yeah, oh
We
god,
should have had an eye tracker.
I'm here for the gameplay, guys. Top notch.
That's the plot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, Xenoblade 2 had a lot of those funny moments. I won't lie. A lot of those moments were actually funny to me. Which
It was a really funny game, but it was also just really horny.
Yeah, it was like a more chill, funny type game. It didn't take
Mhm.
itself, well, it did take itself seriously, but it had like its funny moments. And three actually did have one moment like that. Is whenever Sion's, what was it, his lieutenant? Forgot his name. And when
Um,
he meets the girl with the arrow, or
dang, I
the,
Uh
forgot.
you know,
oh.
when he meets Juniper,
Uh-huh,
and
uh-huh.
then he just
Mm,
like kind of teleports to her. He's like falls in love at first
Oh,
sight
yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
right.
them,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm still confused about that, but
Yeah, that was weird. It was definitely a lot of cool moments
Which
like that.
shout out to Juniper as a character. We did they I don't think they're confirmed to be non-binary, but everybody's taking them as non-binary.
yeah,
So that is awesome representation.
That is so
Good
cool.
stuff. Good stuff.
For sure. I'm just really excited, like I said, guys, because the future of Xenoblade. I became a Xenoblade series fan, and because of y'all, y'all forced me to play one and then two, and then speed my way through one and two,
It's been
and
like a month.
like it was fast.
yeah. He did that in like a month or two.
It
Yeah.
was
It was
really
impressive.
fast, and but
We'll
it
always
paid off.
remember summer 2022 is all Xenoblade. So when you think about the summer of 2022,
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
whenever you're
Xenoblade.
telling your kids in the future, yes, I remember the summer of 22. Back whenever I played every single Xenoblade game within like 1 month. It was crazy.
hmm
It was great.
Mhm.
But other than that, that would be pretty much a lot of the important stuff, because I do want to make sure that you guys are. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to add onto this that I might have missed? Because I know Xenoblade is a lot, but something
Mhm.
that you
yeah,
guys might have
it's a
enjoyed
lot.
in terms of talking, in terms of playing or something like. Because I think that there's also like a secret boss that you can actually do that's level 200. I haven't done that. I saw it on
What?
YouTube. Yeah,
Oh man.
I saw it on
I
YouTube, and they're using that one banner hero to keep spamming
Yeah,
the.
I told you that that hero's overpowered, and you kept using Teach instead.
Yeah, because I like the trying to take that song,
The
man.
the buffs are broken.
Like,
Mhm.
and then what?
Another class is Signifier.
Mana's cooking was fake.
That
They
oh my
fixed it.
god,
They fixed
that
it.
was they fixed it, but like when the game was out a month before they did
plankton,
fix it.
like
Yeah, yeah,
plankton.
eating the hologram meatloaf.
you,
Yeah.
but
Hologram meatloaf again.
so you mean to tell me all those time I ate hologram food, it was fake? Like I wasn't actually getting the stats.
I was
Yeah,
so mad. Like honestly, that shifted my perspective on Manana. Like I
banana.
actually Manana. I actually liked her way less after that. Like I already wasn't really crazy about her. I like Riku way more. But yeah, after that moment, I was like, this piece of crap just wasted
She
my
tricked
time,
you.
wasted my resources, my Napon coins.
Oh my
I was
god,
so
that
mad.
yeah. When it was like after I beat the game, so for me to learn that they patched it, I was like, okay.
And I
Like,
didn't even notice that like until I beat the game and I went on Reddit and I was these memes with banana were coming up, like
Yeah,
the
that
plankton one.
whenever everyone figured that out, it's like it was such a moment of just like wow, like that's so mean. But
yeah.
I did want to talk a little bit about because we were talking about how you wanted to see like Shulk and Rex and
Uh
some of
huh.
the other characters in here, but I want to talk about Melia and Nia in this game because
Oh,
I
okay.
actually their inclusion I thought was really well done and really cool, especially Nia because like I love all the bits of Nia trying to like stay prim and proper when you know that she just
Oh yeah.
wants to like she just wants to yet let out a bunch of like Welsh like curse words and cat noises and everything. I
Oh,
loved her for that.
and not just that, dude. When I first heard, I love this song so much, I forgot the name. Um,
Uh, Drifting Souls or
Drifting
something.
Drifting Soul.
Souls.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
dude,
Love
That
the
that
that
moment,
graphics.
everybody
touched
was like,
my
"Oh my god!"
soul. That
Yeah,
touched my soul, bro. Like that.
and then she gets shot, and you're like,
Oh
"What?"
my god. Well, she got shot, and that was like the first thing I was like, they didn't hit the crystal. Like,
Yeah, no, we're good.
like, no, we're good. And then like she says that when she wakes up, oh, a little bit more to the right, and you would have hit the crystal. Like, oh yeah, yeah. But
Shout
dude,
out
that
Console
drifting.
D. Rest in peace.
The who?
The
Console D.
Oh yeah,
best,
console team.
best
He should have
looking
had more screen time.
Ugly
I liked him
Squidward.
a lot.
ugly Squidward.
Ugly? You mean handsome
Oh,
Squidward?
handsome Squidward. My bad.
Yeah. No, he really should have had more screen time.
He's
Hey,
the crazy one though,
DLC
right?
maybe.
The one that collects the
Maybe.
heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! The
It was
dude
cool.
straight up said, "I collect
I love
heads."
the
What
Squidward
the
moment.
freak?
Right after you get out of Castle Kevis or Kevis Castle, and he takes off the helmet, and you have that moment like Squidward's like, "Oh no, he's hot."
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
no, he's on.
And then yeah, I kind of thought it was funny throughout the game how if a character dies, then you know that they're probably not dead. They're probably going to come back as Mobius.
Oh yeah.
Sure enough,
Oh.
it happened with Yorin. It happened with Shania. It happened with a bunch of people. That more SpongeBob memes.
Oh, that
He's
suicide
Mobius.
scene.
She's Mobius.
Yeah.
I'm Mobius. Are there
Bro.
any other Mobius I should know?
Oh,
And then Shania walks up.
that suicide scene. Now that you mentioned that girl, oh my
It makes
god,
sense now that she says, "I'm gonna come back as Mobius," and then she shoots herself.
Yeah,
dude,
But
that
when you
was
do Senna's
that was
quest,
Especially-
intense though. Like,
that whole section of the game was so good because you're coming off of like feeling incredibly emotional after what happened with Mio and how you think that she was the one that got sent, and then like yeah, then just everything happened. You get that amazing fight with N where you finally get Lucky 7, and then after all that, it's like okay, yeah, we're gonna see someone shoot themselves.
Jesus,
Like-
like just in
Honestly,
oh,
that whole section was the
goodness.
peak of the game, if you ask me. Like
Yeah.
the game was at its absolute best through chapter 5 because I loved being in the prison with Gondor and kind of
Mhm.
like doing menial tasks. I really like when RPGs do that, when you're like kind of stuck somewhere and you can't warp out or anything, so you have to play by the game's rules for a little bit.
It was short though. 7 chapters that they were pretty long, like to-do lists before you go into the next chapter. But 7 chapters, that's the shortest we've had in Xenoblade. Because what all of them, I think Shulk's one had what like
like 14 or
14,
15.
15, and then of course
And even though those are
like-
those are a little arbitrary. The
Yeah.
chapters in Xenoblade 1 are a little arbitrary because they were added for the definitive edition.
oh,
I wouldn't really go by the count. I think the length for each one's about the same. It's just the way they're
Mm.
counting them.
just the way they actually like
might do it
organizing.
by like area. Like, okay, this is the chapter where you're in Magna Forest, and then this is the chapter where you're in Erisea. That kind of thing. But yeah, in terms of story, I think that Xenoblade 3's story was probably the shortest out of all of them.
It definitely did feel shorter for me. I mean, maybe because it was a little over leveled in some areas, but it
Mhm.
did feel shorter. But I
It
do
did,
want
but it also was like more fleshed out. So
yeah.
I'm not really
Yeah.
like upset about it. And they put in a lot of efforts into like all the hero stories. So and the
Yeah.
side quests.
There was so much side content, especially with all the heroes, and then everybody has an ascension quest as well. Like there was a lot of content there. Like the game is definitely not lacking in content. In fact, it kind of feels at times that it has like more than like base Xenoblade 2 without
to give.
Torna.
Yeah.
Even more than 1. Although 1 has like a million side quests. So
Yeah,
For
but a
sure.
lot of them are like, go here and get this.
yeah, the typical fetch quest, get all these items, kill this certain amount of monsters and everything, which I still appreciate that they at least give you XP for those quests, because not every
Yeah.
RPG would be like they would just give you gold or whatever, which that was another thing too. I didn't buy anything throughout Xenoblade 3. I had
Yeah.
so much gold by the end of the game
Mhm.
because you get good enough stuff throughout the game. So I just had all this gold by the end. I had all these Nopon coins, and I was like, oh yeah.
I was
Oh.
saving my gold Nopon coins to buy that one item that lets you make another character be able to revive.
Right.
A non-healer be able to revive, and then I'm looking at my items and I have it already.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had it too, and because I was
Yeah.
like, I remember you actually told me that in one of my streams, and I was like,
and you had it
Yeah,
already.
and I had it already. But
Mhm.
I do want to also bring back the just like kind of like the last touchy, not touchy, but the last touch of the last subject I want to talk about is
Mhm.
that the music, man. The music
Oh
was
Oh
boy.
amazing.
Mhm.
It was amazing. It was great. There was a
It's
lot of
expected.
times like although like yeah, you know, obviously like the battle music was the same. It was good. And I mean, again, I'm going to bring it back cuz I'm
Hold
obsessed
on,
with it.
what do you mean the battle music is the same? They had like the Keva's battle music, then the Agnes battle music, and whenever you
Talking
were
about the chain
fighting.
attack music, maybe?
Well,
Yeah.
like those three, like the common run. Well, especially in the common fields one. Like I guess those maybe I just heard the same one. Maybe I just heard the same one, but they were like the same ones like across, and so they were still good though. But the one I really want to bring back is the Drifting Souls, man. That the piano version, and of course the battle of version of it. It was amazing. I just something about Drifting Souls, man. It almost made me tear up just listening to it. Almost gives you like a relief by the time I got to that chapter. There were a lot of emotions that were going through my head, like
Yeah,
still,
because
but you
he was like every time that song plays, it means someone's gonna die.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, you get
and
that
then
expectation.
and then you finally get to that castle and that thing starts playing. It gave me this sense of like to breathe for a second. Like finally, like some good of this adventure will come. But then of course, you know, Council D comes in and you kick his ass and he commits suicide.
Like by that, no, he doesn't commit suicide. Yoren
Yorin kills
forces
both
him
of
to
them.
Yeah.
suicide.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Jordan was the one that did that, and that was funny. That was just through the power of words, through the power of friendship. They finally got through him.
Tag no jutsu.
There you go.
There you go. But
And actually,
yeah,
by that part, like I didn't, I was just trying to get it over with because it was Nia, and like, okay, I want to get back to Nia. Let me just kick their ass real quick.
yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, it
Absolutely.
was crazy. But all right. Well then other than that, that'll bring us to a close. This has definitely been one of our longest podcasts, but it's definitely something that we've been wanting to do for you guys. To have you guys hear our thoughts in regards to Xenoblade 3. But other than that, we will bring this to a close. We will be
Mhm.
doing a Mario movie discussion. Stay tuned for that as well and look forward to it. But other than that, I hope everyone has a great day or night, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye bye.
Take care. Be sure to
Have
play
a
Xenoblade 3.
have a sparking good night, y'all.
Goodbye.